Welcome to Being at Home with George. I'm so excited to be here, January 12th, 12 days into the new year. And I'd like to begin, as we always begin, by saying yes to life, by embracing whatever comes up, and at the same time generating a hope so that we can embrace it and actually learn from it, get into the growth mindset, and see what the lesson, what the opportunity is in the midst of whatever's going on. So I'd like to talk about this idea. I know we talked a couple of weeks back about having a New Year's resolution, and this is about the time that some of us start to realize that we're maybe not on track. And so the real question is, how do we keep our intention or resolution going, staying committed to it, even though it can feel like we're getting nowhere fast? As Curly and the Three Stooges used to say, we're getting nowhere fast. And so, where do we find the strength to keep hope alive and keep our intention true, to keep it moving? So, for me, I found it going back to basics, the intention, and it's really this simplicity of the intention and paying attention to what we're getting and then being willing to change what we're doing until we're able to do it. And a lot of time that has to do with attitude and has to do with right effort. So I found the beginning again, doing the reset, reboot, renew is huge. And we do that with as much enthusiasm as we could muster, even maybe having more enthusiasm than we had before. And I'm reminded of what Winston Churchill said about success. He said, success is going from failure to failure to failure without losing enthusiasm. So we have to have that enthusiasm. We have to reset, reboot, renew. We have to recommit to the intention, to the resolution. And so the example I'd love to use is the example of a baby learning how to walk. Now you may recall that the baby it starts crawling. It's by trial and error. It's crawling. It's holding on to things, and at some point, it's able to walk. Now the interesting thing is they're enthusiastic about that. It's just natural, the enthusiasm and the willingness to learn. And I kid with people when I'm talking about this learning in this process of error correction or managing mistakes. And the interesting thing is, if we were trying to learn how to walk now with our attitude we don't have that enthusiasm, that joy of discovery, that we'd probably say, okay, if I fall down 5 times, that means I'm never going to be able to walk. And that's it. Not to mention the fact that when we fall down, we'd be looking around to see who saw us fall. So there's something about getting that childlike quality of the adventure of discovery. And when I think about Helen Keller and her person that was taking care of her, she's deaf, blind, and dumb. And this person, Anne Sullivan, would touch her hand with water and kept working with her until she could reach her and teach her concepts. And then once she taught her concepts, now Helen Keller was off and running as one of the most amazing orators and amazing people that ever lived and overcoming all that adversity. And it's the same thing as forming the intention and not quitting, not settling. And so I'm reminded of one of my friends and teachers, Jack Kornfield. He was interviewing this couple that had been married for at least 56 years. And he said to them, I may not be accurate to the date, but I know it's been a long time, decades. He asked, how are you able to stay married all those years? And the answer he got was, we recommit every day. So there's something there about us. And so for me, one of my New Year's resolutions was to be more loving, to be more kind, or to be love, be kindness, be compassion, be joyful, and to be poised or be the eye of the hurricane. And so let's just take the loving. And so it's the same drill. I make the intention, and when I'm not able to do it, I reset, reboot, renew, and then I learn as much as I can and keep it moving. And so it's the same for all of us. I don't know what your New Year's resolution is or was, or if you want to make a new one, or you have a goal or an intention to do something, then the idea is to stay true to that intention and then be able to keep doing what you're doing until you're able to do it. But to keep hope alive, as I talk about generating hope, embracing, saying yes to it, and learning a lesson and turning whatever that is, that roadblock, into stepping stone. And that's how we get to a place where we don't stop, we don't quit, we stay committed day to day. We make a new commitment, maybe even moment to moment, like that elderly couple. That's how you do it for 50, 60, 70 years, is by recommitting every day, not losing enthusiasm and keeping hope alive and saying yes to it, and then generate the hope, and then take the steps that the roadblock is offering.